Morning, everybody. June 23rd, 2020. And do a little quick garden tour. Tell you what I'm going to do today. The wildflower hedgerow is really blossoming really nice. Those poppies are really beautiful. And echinacea. And first I want to show you, I bought a watermelon. It's the sugar baby. They're supposed to grow small and quick, so I'm hoping that I got this at a nursery, so I'm hoping, middle of June or towards the end of June, July, August. Hopefully by August we'll get some watermelons. I'm going to try to train it, one vine to go that way and this vine to go this way, and we'll see how that goes. Fig plant, got a dead leaf here. I don't know why that is there, but fig plant's doing okay. Not sure if it's growing or not, but possibly. I harvested some mint yesterday to make room for this eggplant that I stuck in the container, and I made some mint tea. It was really good. Very simple recipe. Just boil water, steep the mint in it for about 10 minutes, then muddle it, and that was it. The Ildi tomato. I always call it idli, and then whenever I look it up, it comes up with an Indian dish. Anyway, it's Ildi, I-L-D-I tomato. It's a yellow cherry tomato. It's doing nice in the pot. This zucchini that I bought from England, the seeds from England, has got zucchinis on it, but they're very small. So I'm not sure if this is just a small type of courgette or what. Anyway, I harvested a zucchini yesterday from this one, from this container, and we'll probably eat it tonight. There's a couple of more that are coming up here. This was, what is this, butternut squash, I believe? Yeah, butternut squash. They're starting to get a little bit bigger. This was a zucchini that I had an extra one, so I just stuck it in the ground. It seems like it's coming back to life. The beans are starting to grow, but they're very slow. I thought I bought pole beans, but so far I haven't seen anything climbing up the trellis, so I'm not quite sure. The golden zucchini is starting to get bigger, so I'm excited for that. Eggplants, some of the eggplants are okay. Most of them I'll show you are getting devoured by flea beetles. But I bought some neem oil, concentrated neem oil, and I sprayed last night, and we'll see if they can hopefully pull through. Cucumbers are doing nicely. They're starting to train up the trellis. Those are the Marketmore and Bait Alpha. The lemon cucumbers just very slow at growing, so don't know what's going on with those, but hopefully they'll start going now that the weather's going to be in high 80s for the rest of the week. The Black Beauty tomato that's in the grow bag is doing really nice. Got a lot of flowers on this one and a few tomatoes. And potatoes, I have some potatoes here and over here. You can see I have some potato flowers. I hilled them up once. Never grew potatoes before. I tried sweet potatoes last year and wasn't too successful. This is a really nice bulb I planted. I bought a bunch of bulbs from Costco, but I don't know what type of bulbs they are, so bear with me. This is the other problem, the peas. The peas seem to have petered out, no pun intended. And I'm probably going to take them out now, harvest what I can, and I'll show you in the backyard. I have some extra cucumber plants. I'm going to stick those over here and see if I can transplant them safely. Fava beans on this aisle are doing really nice. I'm going to let them go a little bit bigger. I picked a few already. They were really nice and tender, but I might pick some more today and see how they are. The tomatoes, I'll show you around the other side, are doing great. These tomatoes here are starting to grow, and I'm continuing to prune them. This is spaghetti squash and something else. I don't know what else. This could be a pumpkin because it's really, I don't know what it is. I'm hoping we get some fruit soon. There's a lot of flower buds, as you can see, but no fruit setting yet. So once the fruit sets, I'll be able to tell what it is. But, you know, I have the spaghetti squash label. I think this is the spaghetti squash, and I'm not sure what that is. Garlic, so far, not so excited about it. I pulled a few out because they were leaning, and the bulbs are okay, but they're small. So I don't know, maybe the soil over here is really not good. It's full of a lot of pebbles. So, I mean, maybe the bulbs don't form well enough. We did get a lot of garlic scapes from it, and there's still a few more on there. This container's got actually a pole bean. Yeah, there we go. It's actually growing up the pole. And this is the Cucuzza squash, which I'm real excited for. I hope it has enough time to get up there and get some squash. Those squashes are really long. They can be up to like 3 feet long. Some more zucchini and more beans. You can see a couple of beans on there, so they're going to go up that string and hopefully hang down this trellis. More zucchini. Back there I have some more butternut squash and spaghetti squash mixed in. Carrots. I pulled one out the other day. It was really small, but it was really good. And the bitter gourd, if you can see it, I don't want to reach over because there's spiders here. The bitter gourd was growing nice, but the top kind of broke off. So I'm hoping we'll get another shoot coming out of there and it'll start going. Anyway, let's go into the garden. So here's the tomatoes. They're doing great. I've been pruning them every day. In fact, here's another sucker. I got to get this guy off. So these guys are really doing good. We have some tomatoes already. I'll show you the Black Beauty. First year growing it, but look at the coloration on that. If you can see it, it's starting to turn black. Really cool. So there's a lot of tomatoes on there. This is a Tommy Toe tomato. It's supposed to get a lot of cherry tomatoes off of that. This is the Berkeley tie-dye. No tomatoes yet, a lot of flowers. So I'm assuming pretty soon we'll have some tomatoes. What do we have here? We got a Marbone. This is a really nice looking tomato. Another Black Beauty back there. And then the Tess Landrace currant is really interesting. I mean, this thing is shooting out, I don't know if they're suckers or just branches, but there's a lot of stuff coming off of this thing. And I'm trying to let many of them grow because look at all the flowers. This is supposed to have a lot of little tiny currant-sized tomatoes. So I'm excited to see what those are going to look like and taste. Here's another sucker off of this tomato, which I don't have labeled, unfortunately. Cherokee Purple is got a small tomato on it. Hopefully we don't have a blossom end rot on it. I think the flower just didn't fall off yet. So that's the first Cherokee Purple. This is another Ildi tomato, as well as this one. This is the Italian Ice. No tomatoes on it yet, lots of flowers. Let's go down here. I'll show you the Azoichka. Where'd it go? Right over here. Look at all these tomatoes on one plant. That's amazing. That's supposed to be a really good heirloom. And what else do we have? Another Tess Landrace currant. The Japanese black trifle is over. Where is it? I think it's this one. So it's growing, but not. Actually, this is it here. Got a lot of flowers, no tomatoes yet. So I can't wait to see what that one's going to look like and taste. So there's the peas, not too good. The dinosaur kale is doing great this year. No caterpillars this year. It's amazing. Last year, no kale at all. It was all eaten by caterpillars. This year, eggplants are getting destroyed by flea beetles. But again, like I said, I sprayed them last night. They still are growing. I mean, this is some new growth right here that hasn't been eaten yet. And you can see there's some little flowers that are starting on this one, and some new growth here, and some suckers coming out. So I'm thinking I can control them for a little while longer and let this hot weather get them growing bigger, you may be able to get some eggplants. You can see this one here is really, I mean, you could almost use that as a lace doily. it's amazing how they eat this thing. But there's a flower, so I'm excited. And same thing with the other eggplants. So let's hope they do well. These extra tomatoes that I planted on the bean trellis are growing like crazy. I do have some beans mixed in there that are growing. There's one there. I think that might be a soybean. I think it's a zucchini, but I'm not sure. It's not really a zucchini because it's vining out. Could be the pumpkin. Again, make sure you label everything before you plant. These are the peppers. I got some nice hot peppers. I think these are the hot Portugal. And a lot of other peppers that I have here. I have about 6 or 7 different varieties of peppers. These are the poblanos. I like to make chili rellenos with that. Here's another tomato. There's another bean. I picked about 5 beans off of that one. Not sure if that's a contender or the fin de bagnol, but it's a bean. Some more peppers, blueberries, corn. This is the Japanese, I think it's like a black corn or a purple corn. This is the regular sweet corn. And then I have some more sweet corn over there. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, I thought it was a slug. This is a Salanova lettuce that I planted late, and that's starting to head up nice. It's a Paris Island Cos romaine. There's a Japanese eggplant. I think we might have an eggplant. Yep, we do. We have an eggplant forming. So that's great. And there's some soybeans. And the fennel is great. I think I'm going to pull it all out today because they say that the longer you leave it in, the woodier it gets. So I want to pull it out, make some room to plant some more stuff. This is the Salanova, which I'm going to pull out too soon because it's starting to get a little big and heady, and supposedly it gets bitter. Here's the broccoli. So I guess I can pull these shoots. You know, you can eat broccoli at any stage, from microgreen up to full head. So I think I'm going to just keep harvesting these heads. See, this one's starting to flower out, so that's probably not so good. But, you know, get whatever we can get out of it. So let's go over here. Look at this fava bean. Oh my God. I think I'll pull this one out today. Look at the size of this guy. It's bigger than my hand. And these are the celery that I'm leaving to try to get flowers. They fell over, so I think hopefully I can get some seeds soon. And this is the carrot from last year. Hoping to get some carrot seeds. But I guess I have to wait for that to really die off. I'd like to pull it out because it's taking up a lot of space. Actually, I could probably cut it back because I really don't need that many celery seeds. Let's go back here now. Let's see. I made some worm compost tea today. Well, actually I made it 3 days ago and watered the garden with it and splashed it all over myself. So I should be growing pretty well. So here's the tomatoes that I just set up a couple of weeks ago. Back here, they're doing great. This was really nice soil I got from the side of my house back there in the woods. And I planted some Hungarian hot wax peppers that I bought from a nursery. And these are, I forget what type of pepper this is. This is a nice sweet pepper. I just planted seeds about a week and a half ago and they sprouted, so I'm going to try and see if we can get a harvest this year. It might be too late, but I just want to try it out. This bed's got the okra that's just staying about the same size, so I'm probably not going to get any okra this year. Cucumbers are starting to go up the trellis. Some more sweet corn. Some Salanova lettuce that I planted a long time ago. It just didn't germinate. I mean, it germinated, but it didn't grow. It was kind of like this for like 3 months, but now it's starting to grow. So I was hoping that the cucumbers would trellis up here and shade this so that it would get nice and cool down there. There's some more beans. I actually have a bean over here. Some more potatoes. Some kale that I transplanted. Another squash. More cucumbers. Another squash. And these are the tomatoes that I planted back here, along with the scallions. And a couple of extra peppers. So I'm going to take a couple of these cucumber plants out and try to plant them over where the peas were. So that's it. I'll let you know how it goes. Talk to you guys next time. Have a great summer.